Have you ever wondered if your exercise routine could hide a silent risk of sudden heart failure? As we get older, it is natural to place a great deal of trust in our physical activities and wonder if staying active is truly enough to protect us from every health concern. But here's the truth. You might be more vulnerable to certain oversights than you realize, despite your dedication to a fitness program. In this video, we are diving into 5 critical mistakes that can lead to tragic outcomes like heart failure, even for those who exercise regularly. Stay tuned until the end because you will discover how recognizing these errors not only boosts your confidence, but might just change the way you see your fitness journey forever. Now, let's get started. Number 1, dismissal of physical warning signs. One clear sign that your dedication to fitness might be backfiring is if you find yourself dismissing subtle physical warning signs because you believe your exercise habits make you invincible. This can manifest in many subtle ways, such as ignoring a slight tightness in your chest during a jog, pushing through unusual shortness of breath, or lingering on the idea that your fatigue is simply a result of working hard, rather than a signal from your heart. If you notice this kind of behavior, it is a strong indication that you might be prioritizing your identity as a fit person over the actual reality of your biological needs. Older individuals are often drawn to the pride of their physical capabilities, as these qualities can make them feel secure and valued in a society that often overlooks the elderly. The way you respond to your body during exertion can tell a lot about your true cardiovascular health. For example, a man named Michael, who is 68 years old, took great pride in his daily 3-mile walks and light weightlifting sessions at 8 a.m. every morning. He began to feel a dull ache in his jaw and a strange pressure in his shoulders while climbing hills, but he convinced himself it was just a minor muscle strain from his previous workout. Michael believed that because he had no typical risk factors like smoking or obesity, he was safe from any major heart issues. This reflects a deeper level of psychological denial that many active seniors face when their bodies start to show wear. It is not about being fearful, weak, or trying to avoid all activity through exaggerated caution. What truly makes your health journey appealing is your ability to be comfortable in your skin while projecting a quiet self-assurance. That includes listening to what your heart is actually telling you. People in general tend to gravitate toward individuals who are grounded and able to adjust their pace with maturity and wisdom. So if you pay close attention to your body without any overt displays of overconfidence, it may very well be because you sense your inner strength and the importance of genuine self-care. Number 2, excessive physical strain without rest. Another significant sign that you are becoming more vulnerable to heart failure is when you engage in excessive physical strain without allowing your body sufficient time to rest and recover. While exercise is vital, pushing a mature heart too hard without a proper recovery window can lead to structural changes and increased inflammation that eventually weaken the cardiac muscle. This can show up in your life as a resting heart rate that remains higher than usual, a feeling of irritability that follows your workouts, or even unexpected bouts of dizziness that suggest your system is being overtaxed. Many people in their 60s and 70s assume that the more intensity they put into their movement, the better their results will be. But the reality is that the heart requires a delicate balance of activity and stillness to remain resilient. Consider the story of a man named Stephen, who is 70 years old and decided to increase the intensity of his cycling routine during the hot summer months to prove he was still as capable as he was in his 50s. Stephen ignored the signs of heat exhaustion and the fact that his body was taking much longer to recover after each ride. Believing that the sweat and the struggle were markers of his continued vitality, he pushed through the fatigue and the occasional fluttering in his chest because he was terrified of losing the strength that defined his sense of self. This behavior reflects a deeper level of anxiety about the aging process and a desire to maintain an image of youth through sheer force of will. You do not need to prove your worth through physical suffering just to feel relevant or healthy. What makes you truly appealing is your ability to listen to your own physical limits and respond with consistent and gentle recovery sessions. Choosing to take a rest day or to reduce the intensity of your exercise shows that you value your long-term health and your overall well-being, which is a sign of true wisdom. When you prioritize a balanced approach to movement, you are projecting a sense of inner peace and maturity that others can sense and admire. It is important to recognize that a fit man who respects his limits is often stronger than one who ignores them in a desperate attempt to stay young. If you find yourself making these thoughtful adjustments to your schedule, it is a clear indication that you are making a strong impression on your own longevity. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 3, improper nutrition and hidden sodium. If you consistently believe that your exercise routine allows you to be less careful with your nutrition, that is a clear indication that you are making a mistake that could eventually steal your lifespan. Many older adults find that they rely on convenience foods or high-sodium snacks after their workouts, mistakenly thinking that they have burned off the negative effects through their physical efforts. This is especially true for those of us who have reached our 60s and beyond, as our blood pressure becomes much more sensitive to the salt and preservatives found in many processed meals. A person who takes the time to nourish their body with fresh, whole foods and pays attention to the hidden ingredients in their diet is seen as someone who values their internal health, which is very attractive and inspiring to others. Whether you are someone who leans toward a plant-based diet or you're the master of balanced home-cooked meals, your nutritional choices say a lot about your self-respect. For instance, a woman named Linda, who is 66 years old, was a dedicated tennis player who spent several hours on the court every weekend. She felt that because she was so active, she could enjoy canned soups and salty frozen dinners during the week to save time on cooking. Linda noticed that her ankles were often swollen in the evenings, and she felt a sense of heaviness in her chest, but she never connected these symptoms to her diet because she was so focused on her athletic achievements. This demonstrates how a lack of attention to the details of your nutrition can undermine even the most rigorous exercise program. Your ability to balance your physical activity with high-quality fuel adds layers to your overall appeal as a wise and grounded individual. It's not just about the exercise itself, but the confidence with which you manage every aspect of your wellness. Moreover, the attention you pay to staying away from hidden sugars and excessive sodium shows that you are a person who takes pride in yourself and your physical state. This level of care and consideration is something that many people find incredibly appealing, as it signifies that you are not only concerned about how you look on the outside, but also about how your internal vitality reflects the respect for the life you've been given. Number 4, emotional suppression through physical activity. When you begin to notice that you are using your exercise routine as a way to suppress deep emotional stress or hidden resentment, it is a clear sign that you are making a psychological error that can have a direct impact on your heart. While physical movement is a wonderful way to manage stress, using it to run away from grief, anger, or chronic anxiety creates a constant state of high cortisol and adrenaline that can eventually lead to heart failure. If you find that you are exercising with a sense of aggression or that you feel a profound emptiness the moment you stop moving, it is an indication that your heart is being strained by more than just physical effort. The setting in which we process our emotions often provides the context for our overall resilience. For example, a man named William, who is 75 years old, began running long distances every morning at 6 a.m. after he lost his spouse of 50 years. He used the physical pain of the run to mask the emotional pain of his loss, believing that if he could just keep moving, he would not have to face the silence of his home. William appeared to be in incredible shape for his age, but his heart was under the constant pressure of unprocessed grief and the physical demands of his escape. This subtle but significant choice suggested a fear of vulnerability that prevented him from achieving true healing. What makes this realization so telling is that it is often a moment of observation regarding why you are pushing yourself so hard. It shows you are intrigued by the possibility of finding inner peace and are willing to look at the deeper causes of your stress. Whether you choose to talk with a friend or simply allow yourself to feel your emotions without judgment, it shows a deeper level of commitment to your total health. You should recognize that emotional boundaries and mental wellness are just as important as your muscle strength. If you find yourself in these situations, take these moments as signs that you are leaving a positive impression on your own journey toward wholeness. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 5. Overconfidence and lack of professional oversight. One clear sign that your fitness journey might